In God we believe, through Him we'll achieve, to get our best forever. The school motto is excellence through diligence, and for what I understand from that is it's not always about the excellence. How you get to that excellence, what you do to achieve it is very meaningful. And in Kyeni Girls High School, our policy is honesty and discipline. These are the things you use to achieve the high grades that we do achieve here.
Who were the first three that went there?
Three of us were Sister Peter, Sister Patricia, and Sister John. I was known as Sister John there. So we were three women, though: Peter, John, and Patricia. We were three women.
Yes.
Right. And we were invited to start a secondary school. There was a good school, intermediate school already at Kyeni, run by the consulate assistants. There were girls ready to come, and also from around. We started with one class of 30 girls. 30.
Okay.
I think it was only 30.
And you didn't have very much then, did you? They didn't even have a dormitory, the first girls.
No.
So where did they have to sleep? Did you say the inter-school?
Oh, probably, yes.
Yeah.
The intermediate school was already there. Some of those girls, most of those girls, came to us for Form 1.
Yes.
And then in a few months, we built a dormitory for them and classrooms for them.
Okay.
The parish priest was very good. He worked very hard to build the school for us. Father Kasai was very good.
Yes.
Here in Kyeni, we are able to acquire quality, relevant, and holistic education. We are able to be confident students. I can say that when I came here in Form 1, I was not as confident as I am today. And so I feel so happy to be in Kyeni, and it's a school I will never forget for what she has done for me.
Being in Kyeni has taught me that winners don't do different things, they just do things differently. So in Kyeni, I've been able to become a person who can do many things at the same time and succeed in all of them. I am in drama, and I'm in law club, and of course journalism club. It was last year, 2014. We went all the way to the nationals that was held in Nyeri, Kagumo Teachers College. Yeah, and we were the best dancers, female dancers, and we were the second best when it came to the ranking.
I've been taught how to associate with people. For example, being a girl guide in Kyeni Girls, when we go for functions, we are able to meet with other people from other schools, and I get to understand what other people are doing and be able to associate with them.
I have learned the art of courage. I have also learned the art of perseverance, because as a prefect it is not easy, especially when you have a group of students who are of different characters and you have to bring them back to make sense. And also I've learned the art of accepting others and not lowering everybody who is around, because we all have different capabilities. A friend of mine called Immaculate told me that, Isabel, I have a project, so come, let's think of it. And it was about mathematics, and I love math, so I was to it. And it's about the economical advantages of using cylindrical containers in storage, and we used calculus. Though it looked like a small project, let me say it, to most of the people actually, we did our best, and we were able to move from the zonals to the nationals, and we became position 3 nationally in our mathematical category. So let me say that I have done my best, and she has also done her best, and through our efforts we have been able to make it.
Kyeni was not all an academic kind of a school. They gave us the opportunity to be able to do extracurricular activities. And I remember you always used to joke with my desk, and I used to tell her, your activity fee is what me I use plus mine. Because I would always be out for drama, for music festivals, reciting my shairis and all. And I think that prompted me and also propelled me to be able to be as confident when I'm on air, when I'm presenting my bulletin, because then I was able to have the opportunity to speak out to audiences during public speaking and reciting of my shairis and drama. It also gave us the opportunity to be creative, which also now holds on to my directing aspect of my job. I trail a lot back to Kyeni girls. From my English teacher, Mr. Nyaga, who taught us how to articulate, who taught us how to think, Miss Omar, who was responsible for all the mashairis I was able to recite and move on to the national levels. I mean, it was the opportunity to be able to do that, because not many schools give you that opportunity, because you always think academic. Yes, you got the academics, but the practical part of Kyeni girls is what is putting food on my table now.
I came here in the year 1984, May 2014, and I've served here for 31 years. The special thing which made me to be in Kyeni is that when I joined Kyeni, I became part and parcel of it. Of whatever activity they perform, I feel as if I'm one of them. I'm proud of their good achievements. When we came here, we were eating very little rice, which we used to cook with boilers. And at the moment, unless we cook now three size of this one to accommodate the number of the students. At the time, Kyeni's population was not the way it is now.
The foundation that we also got at Kyeni Girls gave us the opportunity to be able to be go-getters in whatever it is that we are doing. And even when you're going to the marketplace, you do find some of these people who are go-getters. I can give an example of my classmate, year mate, if you want to say, Mombi Mobari, who is currently the marketing manager for Philips Consumer Healthcare East Africa, and she formerly also worked for GSK East Africa as a product manager. Amongst other people, because I'm a news person, I'll definitely know Cicely Mbarire, who you also know is a politician, and she was able to be elected to represent the Runyenjes constituency, where our school stands, and she's still there, and she has also been an assistant minister in tourism and transport ministries. Then there's also a judge, and I tell you that Kyeni produces influential people. That's where we go, in the media, marketing, in the marketplace, and also in the judiciary. So in the law courts and in the justice kind of industry and field, we have Lady Justice Murugi Mugo. Then above all, we have Dr. Josephine Kibarumbaye, who is the Director General for the National Council for Population and Development, which is a national agency that is mandated to coordinate the population policies in the country. Not an easy task. Definitely she needed a foundation, which she got at Kyeni Girls. And we also need to know that Dr. Mbaye is also the patron of the alumni, ensuring that you're able to come back and give back to Kyeni Girls because it gave to us.
I left Kyeni in 1975. That is 40 years ago. You can count 2 generations. Oh. And it's still very close to my heart. It's a school that is close to my heart, because I look at those 4 years from 1972 to 75 as really my formative years into adulthood. Kyeni was a very unique place, because the minute you entered the school in Form 1, you knew that you have come to transact serious business. I know that much as the school provided a very great environment to be yourself, which I think is very vital in education, and you're getting children who are getting to adolescence. We had a very straight-cut disciplinary measures impacted on us, so that we know much as we can relax, we can laugh, we can do what, there is responsibility attached to the fun that we had.
I joined Kyeni Girls in 1976 in Form 1. I did my KCSE exam here in 1979. I passed very well with a Division 1. In fact, I was among the top 5 who had Division 1. I felt very elated about that. That I felt that Kyeni is the place to be. I applied to come back to Form 5 and 6. When we were in high school, there was a lot of fun, especially when we beat other schools, especially academically. That is what would create the best moments for us. Then as a teacher, I joined Kyeni in 1999. It was a challenge. I was very young. People did not think I would make it, but I got a lot of support from the teachers. The best moment for me in terms of academic work was when we got the first 9 point. We felt very happy, especially when we got 9.7. So we felt very happy about it, and there was celebration all over. So when the girls perform well, and the teachers and the students are dancing, and the community also. That really makes me feel good. And especially there is, I think it's the same year, we were the best in Eastern Province.
In 2008, we got a digit of 9 points in the performance. The first time, that is 2008 class. And then another time, 2010, 2011, we got 9.5, then 9.7. Then in 2011, all the girls qualified to go to the university because the last student and C+. I came to Kyeni in 1988, and I have served Kyeni for 27 years and retired this year on 1st in July. I have been teaching agriculture all through. Agriculture is still being done and being done very well.
All the years that we have presented our students for the KCSE, we have never had less than 90% getting the minimum requirement grade to join the public universities. We have 589 students currently. Our biggest class being the Form 1 class, which has got more than 160 girls, more than 160 accommodated in three classrooms. Our smallest class is the Form 4 class, which has got 119. As we work and as you teach in a school, it is not just the academic performance that matters. We have the social life, we have the spiritual life. So that's why we say that Kyeni strives to produce a holistic person, not just the A. So we want to produce, like I said, God-fearing girls, hard-working girls, girls who are persevering, because life is not easy, so they must learn to persevere even when things are hard. Thanks, girls who know how to hold on all the time. We have a word in the school that we always keep on talking about tenacity. Tenacity, everybody talks about tenacity, holding on no matter what. We also want to produce honest people, so that however bad the world is outside there, a Kyeni girl will stand up and speak the truth and stand for the truth. So, and we also want to meet girls, smart girls, so that wherever they are presentable.
Even when schools strike, Kyeni girls have been disciplined and they have continued to hold on no matter what. Because as a guidance teacher, we have been telling them not to follow the crowd and to hold on. Actually, we tell them to be tenacious.
Came to Kyeni in 1991, up to date. So I taught here for 24 years. And my first posting was in 1989, so I taught in the other school for 2 years. And then I came to Kyeni. We teach them to be morally upright. We teach them to be disciplined girls. We teach them to be organized. And we also teach them to have respect. I enjoy teaching English. I enjoy being with the young girls, doing many things apart from teaching. Because I've been coaching them in poetry, in shairi, and also singing. And we have been going up to the nationals with them. So I enjoy being here because when I do my work, I succeed.
I love mathematics so much, and I am aspiring to do financial engineering or anything that pertains mathematics. I'm just asking God to help me.
When I leave Kyeni, I would like to pursue law.
I'd like to become a news anchor in future.
Since class 5, my passion is to become a neurosurgeon, and I'm still working for it. And I know that my dreams are valid.
They make us proud. It is one of our best schools in the diocese. They have been performing very well over the years, and therefore that elates us. It makes us excited, and we are happy to be associated with the school that is doing very well. The girls come here for evening prayers every day. They are here for Sunday masses, and we still have one mass for them on Fridays in the evening. To me, it is a sign of young people who are godly, and it is a good example that young people can pray, can have a praise for God, and whenever we celebrate Mass with them, you see a living community, a dancing church, and it's good to see when young people are dancing for the Lord. They participate. They know they participate actively, meaning they are aware of what they are doing, that God has a place in their hearts.
During our time, actually, we approached Sister John. I don't even know where that courage came from, but because of who she was and who who she was as a headmistress. We approached her one time with other courage, asked if it's possible to have a service for the Protestants in the school. And she said, how would you do it? Who would do it? And I offered to talk to my vicar. And she told me, if you can talk to your vicar, and he comes and we find out how we are able to do this together, we don't think there's any problem with that. And sure enough, our vicar then came, talked to the headmistress, and we started having services in the dining. But even having that did not mean that we shall not join with everybody else to go to the chapel.
We have seen them participating in some community activities. For example, they have put a shed at the Makutano bus stage. That is a way of contributing towards the community that they are living in. And the other thing is that you go to the primary schools around here and ask girls, especially in class 8, where do you want to go to Form 1? So, and one of the schools that will always come up is Kyeni girls. Yeah, so even the community appreciate that the school does very well.
My favorite memories have been when I had to transit from not being a prefect to being a prefect, for me to truly understand what leadership entails.
Favorite moments of your time here in Kyeni?
The time when we were visited by the president. Daniel Arapo, the second president of the Republic, because when he visited us, he gave us a lot of money and he kept on visiting us. And every time, even when he was passing us, we were going to Meru, he would just give us something. Okay, the other moment is when maybe I was coaching the poetry and we would go to the nationals and I would take very many girls to the nationals and I would really be happy and come back with very many certificates and encourage me to continue moving on with my work.
In agriculture, 2011, I got 11.42, the last girl and B+. Wow. So they had performed very well.
You knew if you have a duty, and those days, by the way, we did the duties of cleaning, serving food. I don't know whether it's done now. So we used to call it dishing. So if you knew that you are in the dishing group for the week, it's stuck to your head and you had to enjoy it. Much as, you would choose either to wash or the wiping. For me, those were fun moments.
And what was very interesting for us to see was, I don't know, maybe the girls still do this, at the weekends when they had free time, the girls would all sit on the grass on the field and do each other's hair. And that was so interesting because, of course, our hair doesn't do that. So.
As Mrs. Moyad, having served in this school for this long, I would like to be remembered as the principal who put Kyeni 4 or 5 streams so that we accommodate more girls, more students, because there is a lot of demand for the school. And not just expanding the numbers, but also expanding and producing good results at the same time. So I would never wish that the standards of Kyeni go down under my watch. At the moment, we were doing the tiling of the school for quite like 2 years to make sure that the girls live in a very conducive environment. We are bringing them up for the better world. So we found that them struggling with the rough floors was not being fair for them. And we wanted them to know that there is a better life. So we have done the tiling of all the dormitories, the dining hall, and the classrooms. This year we are dreaming of getting to 2 digits before the decimal point. That's what we call them. That is 10 and above. And then we want to remain in the league of 10 and above all the time.
My inspiration to start the Alumni Association was maybe something that I had toyed around with for almost a decade. I really felt like Kyeni has excellent alumni students, people who have really grown in their professions wherever they've gone. And I felt it was about time that we gave back to the school. So with a few friends of mine, we decided to launch the Alumni Association in May of 2012. And from that, our objective was just to ensure that we have the alumni members and the students of the school have a platform within which they can meet, share, and network.
You were saying how proud you were to have that connection with school.
Yes.
That it's still doing so well now.
Yes.
Yes, because the education of girls and of women is very important to us as Ursuline sisters. And I think especially for Sister John, it's a great source of pride, really, that she has been able to touch the lives of so many Kenyan women who now are doing so well in Kenya and in the world, really. So
it's going on, it's going on, it's going on. It's wonderful.
I am proud to be associated with Kyeni Girls High School
as we celebrate 50 years of success and influence.